All right, my man. We're good. All right, dude. So I appreciate everybody listening in. We're going to go over the MLMX launch board. So I have DJ Sixx here, and I'm going to kind of show him what it looks like launching a token. Hey, dude, we're not going to do a pool. Well, let's just do a token. So
let's get into it.
You got it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
You're good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I got to make sure my connection is good. All right. So look, and I'll put all the links down in the description after the video's done and we put it out. So you'll go to base bid and then you'll click on the MLMX tab. This is our board. So they've been adding some board members, which is good. Remember, just a month ago, it was just us, but they're adding other projects, which is good. That's what they're supposed to be doing. So and I'm not going to connect the wallet, but what you'll do is, for the most part, when you go to the MLMX board, you'll click. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I won't go backwards. So here's the MLMX board. You'll click tokens right here is what you'll do. And then it pulls this up. I'm just going to close it out. You saw that, right?
Yeah, very quickly, very briefly.
DJ. I think DJ's frozen again.
Is it me?
No, now, yeah. You were muted, I guess.
Can you hear me now?
No, I said you following. Yeah, I can hear you. You following me along?
Yeah, I'm following along for sure.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let me get ripping and running. So what will happen is it's this stuff is easy, but let me rephrase that. It's easy for me because I've done it multiple times. So if you're an individual and you want to launch your own token for free, by the way, and just try to push it on your own or use our call team or whatever and collect your creator fees, then this is the place to be because it's cheaper. And obviously, and I'll go over the creator fees down the road. So you'll name your token here. Let's just name it JD. Or sorry, DJ. Symbol, we'll just do DJ token. We'll do a DJ token. And then I'll just do a test description. But you'll put the description because it'll be on the board, right? It'll be a description of the token. You'll upload your logo here. And then you'll click toggle this switch on for social media. They have website, Telegram, Twitter, Discord. So you'll just copy and paste whatever you have. Obviously, you don't have to have all this. I think we only have the website. We have Twitter and Telegram. But you get the point. You have these options to add your links. So here's the deal. When you launch your own token, you have the opportunity to do your initial buy. So you can go all the way up to 10K. I will just say this. Obviously, nobody's going to do that because that's a shitload of money, especially when you're just starting to launch your own tokens. So like for you, DJ, like whenever you launch your first token, just do like, just throw like $100 in there, man. It's up to you. But look, I'll just say this. The more you buy, the more it's just going to look like a big ass bundle. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
And where I stand now. I can't stop people who are going to come to my board and bundle their token, but I'm not going to back it. Like, we're not going to back it personally. So anybody can come do this shit. But like, if you want my team to help and back it and do all the promotions and get my call team on it, then it's just we're just not going to do it. So. But this is fair. No, you can do like $200. That's not a big bundle. I mean, Jesus, that's nothing. Just buy you your supply. It's 2 Solana. Get real, people. And then so it says right here, Radium pool and initiation fee. Like I told you earlier today, you're going to pay 0.3 Solana, which is at this price $30. It's nothing to create the pool. So that's just the cost of doing business. But so far, you're still not out a lot of money. And look, you don't have to do this. So when we say it's free, it really is free. You don't have to buy shit. I mean, obviously, most people are probably going to buy a little bit. but it's still technically free. You don't need to launch. When I mean free, like you don't have to jam the liquidity in it. I'm going to show that here in a little bit. So let's just go back to $200. I'll just leave it there. It goes over the initiation fee. People can read that themselves when they go to the board. And now you toggle the button on the advanced section. You following along?
Yeah, I'm taking notes. I'm mentally checking things off.
All right, dude. Just checking. Okay, gotcha. All right, so now we're in the advanced section. So they're going to supply you with virtual liquidity. So you're going to max this out. So you're going to launch your token at a 1-to-1 ratio, which is what we did. So you're going to start off with $10,000 in liquidity on virtual Solana, and you'll match it with the same amount of the token. You'll select your DEX. I do Radium V5. And here's where it starts getting good. So when I tell people that talk to me that you can create your own custom creator fees and you can max them out all the way to 4 if you want, you know, it's in that call calculator video. This is where you do it. So you can start it. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4%. Look, let me explain something on this. This is just me talking to everybody watching the video. To me, this means nothing to the trader. Nothing. Because the way the space is built now, y'all don't even notice that shit. Have you noticed it when you buy my tokens?
Oh, not a single time. No, at all.
This is where, you know, a creator that has a quote unquote heart, they're not a scammer. This is where it gets intimidating, because this is the leverage that the fudsters, you know, they came at me, or you're charging 4%. And my response was what? I know I'm charging 4%. I can. It's a radium fee. It's not a fucking tax. So you will never get this kind of fee leverage on any other launchpad. It doesn't exist. I think right now, I don't know exactly what pump fund is, but I think it's what, 0.5% or some bullshit. That's nothing. So you can jam up to 4% on, this is on the Solana side. You do your supply, whatever you want. Your decimals will be 9, and then you do your main liquidity token, which is Solana and USD1. So let's just keep it on Solana. And then what you'll do is, all right, why isn't it scrolling down? Oh, there it is. Launch your token right there. Boom. And then what it'll do is it'll connect to the wallet. You'll sign off on it, give it authorization, and it'll take your Solana, and then it'll mint the contract, and you know it'll show on the deck. So this is instant, right? So when we launched midterm, once I launched, it was already on DEX and it was trading. It was available to trade, right? So whatever tokens that you buy on your token, it'll show up in your wallet. Everything else
will
go to the liquidity pool, and it. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I was just curious about the creator fees. Do they automatically just send to your wallet and go into your Solana like accounts, basically?
Yes. So how midterm is for now is, so shit, I can't log in. So there is on my end, and you'll see it too once the token's created, by the way. You'll see it on your on your back office. I call it back office. It'll have a button that'll say collect fees, and then you'll just tap it and it'll send you. So yeah, no. So but yeah, it'll be like any kind of fee drop. It goes directly. You'll sign on it, and you sign the permission for the wallet to connect, and it just drops Solana into your wallet. Done. That's it. Simple.
Hey, awesome.
So, and then now, and it does show a value, by the way. So you kind of know where your creator fees are at. So that's good. So that's basically it. I mean, this shit's not hard. So the point of the structure that I care about the most is who is the operator behind this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody could do this. If you were a scammer, I wouldn't even be on Pump Fun. I'd be over here. I mean, sorry, base bid. But I don't know, and I'm not going to speak on base bid's behalf. I don't know what kind of like Overwatch they're going to do, because this is their, it's a brand that they have to maintain. They might care, they might not. I don't know. I'm just saying that I would be watching, notorious scammers. I would just block them the fuck out. I don't know what they're going to do, but for ours, the way we're structured as our board, and that's all I care about. I don't care what anybody else does on their board. Our goal is simple. We want people to come over here and launch your token here, jam your creator fees up to 4%. We take our cut. It's like 0.5% or 0.75%. It's nothing. You get everything else. And now it's up to each creator, which would be you. You created the token contract, to now figure out, all right, how do I get volume? End of story. Very simple. So, and that's why we are working on our own in-house call team, because I want to keep my guys with us. So whenever somebody like you launches a contract, you can come to us and say, Scott, I need a push. I need a call team. And then we set up everything private on Telegram, and we get to work.
Very cool. So where does where does the token
go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
get exposed? Like, does it show up on the board?
Oh yeah. So let me kind of see here. Let me I'll get off here. So if I click on my, this is their board.
Okay.
So it's like a place card. Nope, that's the pool. Sorry, that's the old pool. My fault, y'all. Here's the token.
Oh, good.
You see it?
Yeah, midterm.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, man. This is pathetic. I hate living out in the. This is the bad thing about living out in the country.
You got those views though.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I could see the token right there in the center.
Wow. Whatever. I'm trying to run a business, man. It's right. It's right here, dude. So you click, this takes you to, watch, I'll show you. It'll take you to the radium pool, and then you could just swap. And you can buy it right here directly.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Okay.
That's it. Simple, man. Now they're gonna have to update some stuff. My fault. Let me share this again. Shit, there's no lag when I'm not sharing the screen.
It's pretty good right now.
I know. Now you're coming. It's all crystal clear now. Let me add it. Here we go. So basically, you'll click on that, and it throws you to Radium, and you can buy it right there. So, but now it's already in Dex, so you can buy it through Soulflare, your wallet, Phantom, or whatever you're doing, because it's now live tradable on Dex, and now it's already on Dex Screener, Dex Tools, and all that shit. That's automatic, dude. So once the token is launched, and the liquidity is locked automatically too. So that's the point of our model. At least the way we are going to run our board. Like I said, I'm not going to speak on everybody else.
Yeah.
But our goal is very simple. All of them to us to launch if you want to come to us to launch a contract, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just going to say that base bid, they just offer the tools, and it's up to us to use it like appropriately or accordingly to like how you want to run your model.
That is correct. So, like I said, every board is going to operate different. So you don't. Do you know who's operating the board? I don't know, but everybody knows us. We're dog style high hell. But if you're going to launch a token on our board, it's a non-starter. We will not get involved as far as backing it. 100% of the liquidity has to go. Sorry, I get this shit backwards. 100% of the mint, the supply, excuse me, has to go to the LP unlock. If it doesn't, we're just not going to fuck with it, because that's how we do our tokens. And it's like when we had the meeting yesterday, I care about on my end, because we have to represent the brand. What does the contract look like? So if 100% of the supply gets thrown into the liquidity unlocked, it's fair game at that point. And that's what midterm is, so. But for you, DJ, like if you want to launch, you can do what you want. You know what I mean? But
and that chart for midterm is looking pretty nice, actually.
Where is it?
You don't see those too often.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. No, and okay, so the chart, I'm not going to pull it up, but excuse me. Yeah, we've had almost 0 sales in 4 days.
While the whole market is going haywire, we're just standing strong.
Oh, did we went up a little bit? Let me see. Okay, dude, this is insane. I mean, look, I hate doing this because, and this is the one thing that I at least pride myself on. Let me log off this screen, dude. Let me just get this shit, and then it'll just be me on the screen. Yeah, this will be free and clear. So, shit, I don't even know what I was going to say, but that's why our chart looks the way it does. It's nothing but green candles since we launched, because there's no sell pressure. We didn't give nobody any freaking candy, man.
Oh, no free handouts.
None, nobody. And that's hard, dude. That's hard because that's the threat. I call them the threat actors, right? I use that term. That's the threat that you receive from everybody else who wants to help you push because they want tokens. So, and unfortunately, charts, and this, dude, everybody knows it. So it's not like we're doing a sales pitch here. The charts cannot breathe, because as soon as there's any kind of run, there's a nuke.
Everyone sees it time and time again. It's just a matter of when, right? Just like everyone's looking at the chart. It looks great. And then you just kind of know it's coming, right? Because like there's like little activity, and then boom, that red candle to the downside.
Correct. So it's kind of like what I was talking to Kubo last night. All we really did in essence, and this kind of will simplify it, because I think I'm guilty of making this shit sound overly complicated when it's really not. So like I'll just tell everybody, DJ's fairly new. Like he wasn't around for the 21 bull run. He only hears stories.
I wish I was.
He only, yeah, well, so do a lot of people. So the majority of the space are post 21. So all they can do is hear the stories of Lambos and houses, and I've already done it. I won. It's all good. It's on my YouTube channel. I don't give a shit about that because I'm not here for that anymore. I've already done it. But all we've done with this model is I went back in time and said, okay, this is a screw up, this is a screw up, this is a screw up, this is a screw up. And we just peeled all those layers off. That's it. It's not. We didn't create anything new. This is not new content. It's just clean.
Just simplified.
Correct. There you go. Thank you. So, mint the contract, put it all into the liquidity pool and lock it. That's the start. Why is that so hard for people to understand? That used to be like the main thing that investors would want to see. That, like, if it wasn't locked at 100% supply, dude, nobody would even touch it. But now everybody, it doesn't matter if it's bundled. It just doesn't matter because it's being shilled down everybody's throat. So all we did is that's the first layer we removed. We're going on 20 minutes, dude. So let's do about 5 more minutes, and I don't want to go too long because everybody will log off. So we removed that aspect of the scam. You know what I'm saying? The one-to-one market cap liquidity pool off rip is a big thing because, as you know, most people on Solana, they start at an 8% ratio. You know, liquidity to market cap.
Yeah.
So we start off rip. Excuse me, guys. At 100%, it's a 1-to-1 peg. So that eliminates the chart fluctuations up and down, right? So it works both ways. You're not going to see a lot of nasty green candles, but you're not going to see any nasty red. So we fixed that. And then on top of that, since nobody has any supply and we're not giving it out like Skittles, there's no sell pressure, which is why our chart looks the way that it does, because it is now able to breathe because nobody's fucking with it.
What a concept, eh? What a concept.
It's not even a concept. And I think that's what's kind of crazy about the space, because now people are like, dude, that's like a concept. I'm like, no, that's just how it was. That's how it used to be. And that's why we all got rich in 21, because we worked, quote unquote, clean tokens that we thought with very little supply control. But also the times are different back then. I think a lot of the devs who did control supply were scared to nuke too, because everybody knew who they were. They were already dogs. Now the game is so polished, you can do all this anon. So no token supply on any of our tokens. And then we build our call team, which we are working on now. We're going to have them in-house, whoever they are. We're going to have our low tier, mid tier, and our big callers. It'll eventually happen. So whenever we, as far as MLMX goes, launch a token like midterm, it's obviously going to be the safest contract. So that's done. You can go look. Everybody look. I don't give a shit. But now it's a matter of the push and the narrative. We're still early on midterms, obviously, but that's okay. We front run it. We're the only ones out on the market, and we're going to start pushing it here in a little bit. But the point is like DJ, like you said, it's clean now and it can run. Now, will there be market cap areas where people start selling? Of course, dude. But yeah, there's no nuke, because I didn't give our, we didn't hand out 30 or 40% of the supply.
Yeah, people won't be able to cash out from their position onwards. That's it.
Yeah. And it's good. And that eliminates, well, I don't want to say that because it doesn't, because the crowd is still immature. They'll still say, why are people selling? And it's just like, oh my God, dude, these people need to grow up. So you're never going to stop it, because at least with our projects, for somebody to actually sell, they would have had to have bought. That's the point. So you're going to benefit all the way up and down. So if it goes down, that means you had a benefit on the up. So it's up to you to either take your profits or get out before somebody else does, and that's just the game. But the thing is it is now fair, because our launchpad has created that model, and the way we structured the token build allows that to happen. So that brings us full circle. When we have a call team built and they're out pushing and shilling, and our brand and our tokens kind of pick up a reputation in the space as runners, because they're actually a legitimate contract now with no insider position, then that's when this kind of starts picking up steam, hopefully. The space, dude, the space is still weird, man. You're seeing it. It's just, I don't even know why this is a fucking hard sell. This should be, midterm should already be at $1 million market cap, but I think people are, and it's okay. Well, I'm going to do an X space on Monday. It's probably, I think what you said the other night when we were in DMs, it's just new and weird. It's like, what the fuck? They get it. Like, you get it, but it's kind of like, well, so people are just going to have to see it first. And
because
cool
any other token sitting at like a 20K market cap, like that went through a day like today, would have been a dead project within like a couple of minutes or an hour,
Of course they are. Dude, nobody's selling our token, man. It's fucking insane. The biggest sale we've had since we've launched was $47. That's it.
And that was due to Solana.
No. That was a sale. It was a guy that bought. He bought 51 and held for 30 seconds and sold for 47. So if you kind of remove that, we've had a total of, I don't know, the chart just doesn't tell me. We've probably had 5 or 6 sales the whole time in 4 days. 4 days, dude. 5 or 6 sales. And we have 54 holders, right? We have 54 holders, which is not a lot. But that's the point, dude. These are hopefully these are OG guys and they know where I've come from. And they're like, all right, I see what Scott's building. It's early. This is nothing, dude. This doesn't start really getting attention until it's probably 50K, 100K market cap. And I know that's a low number, but at 50K, that's when the creator fees kick in. So that's another thing I forgot to say. Holy shit, that's kind of a big thing. So whenever our projects, once they hit 50K, 50% of the creator fees that we collect go back into the token. So that's going to start once midterm hits 50K. And that's nonstop. It's not like it's just a one-time deal. So it's game on at that point. So the overall ecosystem that we have now built should be obvious, because not only are we going to put the creator fees back into the token, it's fair game, dude. It's fair game. So now hopefully it should, grab some attention and, bring the marketers and calls over here, because they're not going to get fucked. And that's a call complaint. We get them. The biggest call complaint is they don't like devs, just like devs don't like calls. So both sides don't like each other because they both fuck each other. Don't think about it.
It's just like who's gonna dump first, who's gonna pull out first.
You got it. That's it. That's the game. So that's why everybody has these itchy trigger fingers. But look, that's all good. That's the space. It's what's happened to it. It's whatever. But at least with this model, I think we can slow the reaction down and allow these projects to actually run and breathe. And see what happens. But I like the model, dude. It's clean. I haven't felt this good about anything that we've done since now, because it's basically cleared out all the bullshit.
Yeah, now like through all the trial and error, like this is how it should have been, and this is how it's like meant to be from now on.
That is true. And like I said, I've already admitted fault on that. So that's the perks of being me. Of all the errors I've made, you can't go out to the space and say, well, Scott, you fucked this up. Because guess what my response is? I know I did. What are you going to do? Sue me? No. It's called messing up in the space that's filled with freaking grifters and scammers. Of course I'm going to trip up.
But yeah, so, you can't get those big wins without falling down a couple times.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just the space. The space doesn't like to forgive. I can tell you that right now. So, but you just have to deal with it. And, I accepted it whenever the FUD started, right? It's just like, well, these guys, you can't stop them. They've mentally gone to the other side. So, and that's another thing that you have to deal with on this side. And look, you're going to deal with it too. Whenever you launch your token, you're going to be looking at people a little different, because you're like, wait a minute, why are you even fucking talking to me like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just, I think what happens is whenever people know that DJ is the dev, it now gives the whole space the authority to just fuck with you now. Like seriously, it's just the way it goes. So, but the point with this model now is if you do launch, you're clean. So you could be like, what are you talking about? So now I've put you in a position of ultimate power and leverage because your hands are clean. You launch through the board and it's clean. It's clean. Like what? And nobody can bitch. That's why nobody's bitched at us yet on midterm, because what are you going to bitch about?
The money you put in is the money that you potentially get out. So
yeah,
that's on you.
Other than personal feelings about the space and individuals, people are just going to have to get over that shit. That's just the way it works, man. So, but I'll wrap it up, dude. I appreciate you showing up, but that's kind of how you launch the token and, get it on there. And, it's just, and for you, since you're going to be new, it's still going to be trial and error, dude. But, we'll walk you through it. We already told you that we would. So, and it's a lot, dude, because I'll just say this before I go. Your first token, you're going to be nervous as shit anyways, just because, your name's on it. And the space has done really well of using the threat of bullying you to scare you. And so you're always kind of on your toes and shit because you don't want to mess up. You got to make everybody happy because somebody's going to complain and bitch about it.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Okay, so you have to go into it knowing that because it's going to happen, dude. So I've done, and that's why we token gated the TG, by the way. So, and remember when we I kicked out 4,000 people in our Telegram.
That was a wild night.
Oh yeah, DJ's, he's a mod. He helped me. He helped me clean that shit out. We removed 4,000 people from our Telegram.
One at a time.
One at a time, and token gated it. And it is so much better. But you know what?
It's quiet. It's peaceful.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I wanted to token gate it all along. But you know what the argument was?
Well, it's like exposure at that point. Like you want people to see what you're doing, at least get like a little bit of a glimpse, and that'll get them to come in, right?
Yeah. You need to let the DJs in, Scott. I'm like, for what? So they can just come in here and act like children? No, because you need them to buy. Even though they don't have any money, you could get 1,000 DJs to spend $50. They're still going to spend $50. And, so you buy into that shit and you're like, well, okay, that's true. But is the cost of that to allow that immaturity in your private Telegram or the token Telegram worth it? The answer is no. Absolutely not. And that's okay. We had to go through it. It's you're in there, man. You saw it as complete and utter chaos, absolute chaos. And it reminds me of just everything that we see on X and news of the riots and just everything. Everybody's fucked up, dude. They're just all crazy. And they act like that in Telegram. So guess what, man? We hit the exit button. Boop, boop, gone. Goodbye, everybody. And guess what? We have our sanity back, and I get to operate because you've seen it. You're like, dude, you're kind of working free now. Yeah, because I don't have a team in my circle that's constantly telling me what not to do. So, and unfortunately, you have to make those decisions. But like I said, DJ, this is nothing new. I mean, you've been around almost since the beginning. I always have told people I want to end at automation. This is not a big secret that we are here now. It's just we are here now. So
it was always the main goal.
It has. Yeah, it was always the main goal. So, that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't, I'm like, dude, this is exactly why we built MLMX right now. We're here right now. It just wasn't on your time clock. But
yeah, and they'll come around. The space will retrain their mentality, like one project at a time.
All right, no, I agree. But look, I'm running this shit too long. 35 minutes. People are going to start tuning out. But it's cool. We'll wrap it up. I appreciate people checking out. I'll get this uploaded and we'll shoot the shit in Telegram.
Thanks for the run through, man.
All right, man. All right, DJ. All right, bud.
Ciao.